Once on the brink of a state takeover, the Warrensville Heights City School District takes another step in its comeback.
In the new state report cards released this morning, the district received high marks in the areas of student progress, closing gaps between students of different ethnic and economic groups, as well as graduation rates. In addition to those three categories, the new report cards measure districts on two other categories: achievement, which is student progress on state tests, and early literacy, which measures improvement in proficiency in reading for students K through 12, or K through 3 rather, that is. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg puts these scores into context for us.
This year marks the first time that the school district report cards have used a 1 through 5 star rating as opposed to the A through F model of yesteryear. No matter which way you label it, you can see the impact of the pandemic and what districts have done to overcome it. At Warrensville Heights Elementary, brand new buildings mean brand new starts. And standing out front, Superintendent Donald Jolly II.
I'm very proud. I'm proud to be a Tiger, a graduate of Warrensville Heights City Schools.
Stands proud of the opportunity his alma mater has seized.
And since my arrival here, in the midst of the storm of House Bill 70, our community, our schools, our teachers, our parents all came together to do what's best for students.
That collective buy-in, Jolly says, not only allowed the district to stave off a state takeover, but also make significant progress despite 2 years of pandemic disruptions.
Half the children didn't even come to school for almost 2 years. So we understood that, but what the district did do is invest in and put our resources in early childhood education.
The pandemic had a huge disruption, which the public already understood, but it also shows that we can and will catch up. And when we look at ourselves against the other urban 8 across the state of Ohio, we're the highest performing of those 8 districts. And that shows that we can and will close these gaps.
Similar to Warrensville Heights, CMSD scored high marks in the categories of progress and gap closing. And both superintendents have identified the category of early literacy as being most affected by the pandemic. Both districts have devoted extra resources to help students catch up.
And literacy is in part informed by watching people speak, and we've been wearing masks for 2 years. It's also a longitudinal measure of what happens between kindergarten and 3rd grade. And so unlike the 1-year measures, this one's going to take us some time.
Our system of intervention is in place to ensure that we can provide the gap to where we see with each student. As you know, after the pandemic, every student came with at different levels.
Both Jolly and Gordon say the scores earned by their respective districts greatly reflect the work of their teachers, who continue to rise to the occasion, regardless of what was asked of them.
This is a measure of last year, which was a tough year. And if they could do it in that tough year, imagine what they're doing in classrooms right now today.
I think we have some of the most dedicated teachers. And in the midst of the pandemic, they really showed it because they came to work.
And when he comes to work, Jolly can stand proud of the progress that his alma mater has made. In Warrensville Heights, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.